What if I told you that the Roman Empire started as nothing more than a small city, barely a dot on the map? And yet, it would go on to rule the world. It all begins with a tiny city, Rome, a place with no riches, no huge army, and certainly no reputation. But then, something changed. The people of Rome weren't content with just surviving. They wanted more. At first, Rome was just another city-state, fighting for its life in the chaos of ancient Italy. But then, in 509 BC, the Romans decided they'd had enough of kings. They overthrew their king and created a republic. And that's where it gets interesting. For centuries, Rome built alliances, defeated enemies, and grew stronger. By the 3rd century BC, they controlled most of Italy. But what happened next shocked the world. Rome didn't just stop at Italy. They faced off with Carthage, one of the strongest empires of the time, and a brutal series of wars called the Punic Wars. After nearly losing everything, Rome somehow defeated Carthage, expanding their influence across the Mediterranean. But just when you think they've conquered all their enemies, a new force rises. A general named Julius Caesar steps forward, taking control with his unstoppable army. The Republic is on the edge, and then, in 44 BC, Caesar is assassinated. Could this be the end of Rome's greatness? But no, out of the ashes, Augustus Caesar rises, taking the throne and marking the beginning of the Roman Empire. Rome was now unstoppable, stretching its power from Britain to Egypt, from Spain to the Middle East. How did a small city become the most powerful empire in history? Through war, strategy, and a fierce determination to never give up. And what's even more unbelievable, Rome's power would last for centuries, but at what cost? Rome's rise wasn't just about battles, it was about the rise of ideas, beliefs, and a will to conquer that changed the world forever. What happened to this mighty empire, though? That's a story for another time. Want to know how it all ends? Stay tuned for our next video.